Hey everyone, how are you doing? I'm so happy to be here. Um, it's been a while since I've done a chat, but I just wanted to pop in here, kind of let you know what's going on, kind of give you my story of oh goodness. So kind of give you my story and give you some opportunities of things that are coming up. So, while I've been sitting here getting ready for this, I've just been watching some little hummingbirds outside on my Rose of Sharon. Kind of a fun thing there. I'm excited for that. Sorry, I thought I had this set up, and then as I came on camera, I had a problem, and I'm still having this problem. So I don't know what's going on. I hope I'm live. If not, you're just watching me be kind of crazy here for a moment. So, how's everybody doing? Are you enjoying your summer? Have you had fun with everything you have going on? Has it been relaxing, or is it crazy? I've had a fun family vacation with most of my kids were able to make it. My middle son started a new job, so he was not able to make it. But the rest of us had a wonderful time at the San Juan Islands. And then my daughter's getting married next week, so I will be going for that. She's getting married in Hawaii. Is that beautiful and exciting? So, hey Cleo, welcome, welcome. Happy to have you here. Oh, goodness. This is giving me grief. So, I'm sorry I'm not very tech savvy. I've been struggling with tech all week. Okay. So, here's what I just wanted to kind of tell you a little bit about my story, how I got started quilting. I grew up. Sorry, I have a candy in my mouth. I'm going to take that out. So I grew up in an artist home. My mom is an amazing artist. She sculpts, she carves, she paints, she sews. There's not anything my mom can't do. So I grew up in that environment, and my home was better stocked than a lot of craft stores. I did not turn on my lights. So we're just going to be a little dark. I apologize for that. So we were encouraged, my siblings and I, to experiment, to try new things, and to create. That was my mom's favorite thing. She just pumped into our heads as to develop your talents. And she really did foster that in all of us. She tried to get me to paint. That was not my strong point. I did not really enjoy it. But when I was 10, she gave me a sewing machine that she had won in the state fair for a dress that she had sewn for me. So she gave me that. I set it up on the desk in my bedroom. She gave me some scraps. My friend Jennifer would come over, and I would put those scraps together, and I would feed it through the feed dogs, and I would say, "Step on it, sister," and then we would just sew. It was just like so much fun. We had hours of enjoyment creating that way. And that's still one of my favorite ways to create. Just pull those scraps out and sew them together. So many happy memories doing that. So I grew up in that environment, and I just love the creative process. My sons, two of them are engineers. The other is more artistic like I am. And they have created a design wall for me. And I just love throwing blocks up there as I sew and seeing how things can come together. It's just one of my favorite ways to play. And I really would like to help you find that joy in being creative. So I want to tell you, because sadly I have seen quilters who are at retreats. These retreats are supposed to be fun. I love going away with my friends on a retreat and just sewing. But I have seen quilters at retreats who are stressed about choosing the fabrics that they're going to use and what color combinations to put them in. And then they're also, oh goodness, I have stuff for you. One moment. Sorry. Okay. Yes, so I want to put that excitement into you. I want you to get excited about your scraps just like I'm excited about my scraps, and just fall in love with getting in there, digging around and finding what goes together and having so much fun. So like I said, I saw quilters who were like stressed or worried about putting their fabrics together and not knowing how that will work for them. I also saw quilters who were upset when their seams didn't match or their points were cut off. And yes, we want to have great and amazing quilts, and we want everything to go together as well as we can. But perfectionism can keep us from moving forward and developing our talents. So I will try to teach. I've set up a teaching strategy. How do I want to say this? I've set up a teaching method in which I use a laid back, forgiving method where we build on your strengths, and that allows you, as you gain confidence, to move forward and to create those quilts that you want to create and feel good about. So I have this nurturing environment because I've also seen at retreats, quilters brought to tears of frustration when an instructor was a little too rigid in their teaching. I want this to be your quilt. I want you to enjoy the process, and I will help you get where you need to get to. But I also don't feel like you have to do it entirely my way. If you find a way that works better, go with that. That is part of the process and the creating, and it's your quilt, and I want you to feel good about it. So I've created this workshop. It's called 3 Strategies for Creating Amazing Quilts. I'm going to put that in the link, which keeps going away when I try to put stuff in here. But so I'm entering that link in the chat if you want to visit the page and see more information and possibly sign up for that workshop. So in that workshop, we're going to talk about color. So how to use color, ways to combine it, so that you can create amazing quilts. I love lots of color in my quilts. My philosophy is you can never have enough color. And my husband has often said, I don't know what your favorite color is, but I know you like color. So I've created this workshop, and we're going to talk about color and ways to combine it. We're going to talk about how to use value in addition to color so that you can create impact in your quilts, because it's the value that really does the work in your quilt. It's not so much the color, it's how you play with that value to create the pop in your quilt. And we're going to talk about movement. We're going to talk about what blocks will move your eye across the quilt, kind of like these zigzaggy shooting stars, move your eye across the quilt. We'll also talk about blocks that can move your eye up and down the quilt, like these chains move your eye up and down the quilt in rhythm and blues. And I apologize that I don't know why it loads that way, but anyway, you still get the gist of a movement that moves your eye around the quilt like the pinwheels have you do. So I want to help you become a quilting superhero. Doesn't that sound fun? Let's have some superpowers in our quilting and playing with our stash and scraps, especially now as the economy is the way that it is. It's kind of a good idea to be able to know how to use your scraps and stash so that you can still enjoy this creative process. So it saves money. You've already paid for that fabric. It's there for you. Let's learn how to tap into our superpowers and use it. So I'm going to give you tips and tricks on how to combine the color, create the value, make the blocks for the movement so that you can create amazing quilts. I just want you to do that. I want to let you know that if you enter, so the link is in the chat. You can click on that and you can go and see what all that is about in my workshop, 3 Strategies for Creating Amazing Quilts. If you put in the coupon code EXCITE, that didn't work. I'm trying to, all capital